am I discouraged? Why so sad? I put my hope in God. I will praise him again, my Savior and my God. Now I am deeply discouraged. But I remember your kindness from Mount Hermon, the source of the Jordan, from the land of Mount Mizar. Our subject will be coming from verse 5, and it's speaking on depression. And for a theme, we would like to use holiday depression. Now, we know, like I said earlier, the holidays are generally the time of year where there's celebration, happiness, feasts, dinners, family coming, everybody enjoying the festivities of what's going on. But then you got those that has a set that something has taken place maybe a year ago, maybe a couple of years ago, and every time this time of year roll around, that depression sets in. What is depression? Depression is one of the most common emotional elements. It's the most common thing that would attack us as people, as humans, children, adults, preachers, teachers, presidents, doctors. I don't care who you are. Depression finds a way of creeping in to your life to where it starts draining you. Whatever the situation is, depression is known to take hold. And a lot of times, as a youth, kids, you don't realize it because you're young. You don't understand. Okay, I'm all right. And then all of a sudden, you ever get to that point where your friends come over, I don't feel like doing it. And your friends say, "Come on now, come on play." No, I don't feel like. That's depression. That depression, for whatever reason, that depression sits there. It might be something that happened at school through the week or through that day. You might be in the middle of the week, and some kind of depression sits in. You took a test. You didn't do as good as you thought you was going to do on the test. So now you're depressed. You're depressed. Why? Because mom's going to be disappointed. Dad's going to be mad at me. I'm not going to get that reward to which everybody else is getting. Your depression sets in. If you're one of those kids like I used to be, I vaguely made it through the testing and everything. I did good, but when I did it, I passed, but I barely passed. So guess what? All the ABC students got the rewards, and the C minus and below me didn't get the reward. I just got a paper with a C on it, and the rest of them got treats, and they got treated. They got things that the teachers recommended them for. They got their pictures taken. I never got that. So guess what? I was depressed because I know every time the teacher say we got a test, guess where I go? Into depression. Okay, now kind of bringing the kids into this. Adults, situations hits us. Certain situations, you may have lost a loved one close to a holiday, and you're used to that individual being there, like maybe a mother, and you're used to her being there and helping with the dinners and helping bring the families together. Okay, this year mom's not here, so guess what? That depression sets in. You start doing things around the house, preparing your meals, getting your house set up for the visitors and everybody to come by, and all of a sudden, guess who's at the door? Depression. Hey, remember last year this time? Mom was here. Guess what? Mom's not here no more. It's on you. You all by yourself. You ain't got nobody to help you. Depression sets in. So what do? You continue on what you're doing, but your heart's not in it. Why? Because you're depressed. Because mom's not here. I don't have mom to run to and say, how do you do? What do you get? Where do you go? What am I doing? How do I get this? All that. Mom's not here. You're sinking into a depression. You're sinking into a stage of, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to have these family gatherings because my mom's not here, my dad's not here, my uncle's not here, whoever it is that you lost down the line right at this time of the year. And that depression sits in. But like I said, holidays is for happiness, joy, togetherness, celebration. That's what the holidays were brought up through, was brought up for. But depression, an earthly thing, it's a spirit. I'm going to tell you that now. Depression is a spirit. And it's not a good spirit. It's a spirit that Satan uses to win you from Christ. Because when you get depressed, what do? You start doubting. You start withdrawing. When you withdraw from things, sometimes you find yourself saying, well, normally I would read the word, but I don't feel like reading the Bible today. That's depression. And that's Satan's way of saying, I'm going to pull you out of God's hand. But guess what? He can't. Because the Bible said, no one shall pull us from the hands of God. No one to take us from the love of God unless we individually decides to take that drop away from God. If we decide to hop out of there because depression got us, then yeah, Satan got you. Because you left the Father. He didn't leave you. He didn't forget you. He's waiting for you to turn around and say, I'm sorry. You come back. Where am I going? We go through depression for many reasons. Loss of a loved one. You might have a situation, a marital situation. Your spouse left you at the drop of a hat, at the wrong time of a situation. You might be starting a business somewhere, starting something to build something up, to leave a legacy for your kids. And all of a sudden the spouse says, this ain't moving fast enough. I'm out of here. And they take off and they leave. That sets in a depression. And it may happen close to this time of the year, the holiday. And then you sit up and you say, okay, they done left me with the kids, with this business, by myself. How am I going to uphold this thing? Okay, now, how do we get over this depression? How do we come out of this depression? How do we defeat depression? Let me see. One antidote for depression is to meditate on the record of God's goodness to his people. Enough said. Amen. Meditate on God alone. Meditate on his goodness. What do you mean? What did you do before all this took place? Before your spouse left you, before your loved one died, before you lost your job, before whatever happened? What did you do? You meditate on what God has given you. How can I meditate on what God has given me and I lost my job right at Christmas? You know, jobs are notorious for that. I worked at a hospital. They are notorious for calling you in the office, have a seat. Now we're going to discuss, we got to let you go. It's 2 weeks before Christmas. We got to let you go. We cutting back. Why it started with me? We got to let you go. We cutting back. Depression sets in. But you say, okay, how's this going to help me through my job? Remember this. God has control over everything that happens in your life. Believe it or not, he does. Well, why did he let me get fired? Let's look at that. You got fired. You liked the job you did. You enjoyed the people. You enjoyed the benefits. You enjoyed the pay. But God, he turned around and he told you. He said, hey, it's time to move on out of here. So they're going to get rid of you. You didn't listen. You stayed. You stuck around. You kept on going. You kept on doing your thing, having fun with your friends, collecting that nice paycheck, getting those benefits and those paid vacations and taking the sick time. Usually, you know you ain't sick. You take the sick time and use it anyway because you get paid for it. You like the benefits that's coming. So you don't want to leave the job. But God is saying, come out of there. Why is God pulling me out of this job? Why is he pulling me away from all this income, all this stuff? Because he got something better for you. Amen. He got a position. And what am I saying? You work in a spot to where you're building yourself. And God allows you to be there to inherit more business atmosphere, for you to be more attached to where you're going. Okay, you worked here. You know what you're doing here. But guess what? While you working here, you was also seeing what the upper management was doing and how they were running things. And God showed you that. And then he took you and said, now I'm going to move you on out of here. Now I'm going to give you your own thing. Yes. I'm going to put you in a spot to where they are. And they have to look at you like you had to look at them. And now you're making this change. You're building this thing. You're working this thing out. You got this thing going. I got your back. Don't worry about a thing. I'm in control. I got what you need. I'm taking you where you need to go. So that's what I'm saying. Don't get depressed because somebody says you're fired. Don't get depressed because you lost a loved one. Watch this. You lost a loved one. Yeah, she's gone. He's gone. They're gone. But in an aspect, you look at it like, she raised me to be the person I am today. Mm-hmm. In order for God to make movement of me, sometimes he has to take what's precious to you and move it out the way. Not that he's punishing you, but he's saying, move up. I'm taking them so you can move up. Take that step to where mama used to be. You become the glue. You become the answer. You become the source of coming to when you need help or you need a shoulder to cry on. You become that sibling that everybody says, well, we can go over here and talk to Mr. Jones. We can go over and talk to my brother, Purnell, because he gets all the answers. You know who he remind me of? He remind me of Mama. Because when we used to get in trouble and we used to have problems, we went to Mama. We asked Mama, why is this? Mama, where can I get this? Mama, how do I do this? Mama. Now all we have to say is, hey, my brother, where? When? How? Why? Who? That's why he takes some of the loved ones out of our lives. That's why he moves people away from us and sets them aside. Because they don't work. They're foolish. They done finished their course. Their job is done. Now it's time for us to take the reins and get the horses to moving. Keep moving. Or if you're in track and field, take the relay. Take the baton. Your turn to run. Mama's done. Mama's finished. Mama's race is over. It's time for you to take the rein, take the baton, and run the race. I'm speaking to all of us. Okay? Spouse, nephew. All right? Bye-bye so long. See you later. Because if you're walking, like I said, if you're walking the right path in which God has for you, let who leave, let them leave. Because what's ahead of you is far greater than what done left you and what you done left. What's behind you? Ask Lot's wife. What's behind you? Let it stay there. Don't turn around and say, I wonder what, and then there you are stuck right there in that same situation for the rest of your life. You got a spouse. He's abusive. She's abusive. One way or the other. They're abusive in one way. Mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, they're abusive. But you keep saying in your mind, oh, I know I'm going to bring them around. I know they're going to love me. I know I can make them love me and let them know that they really do love me. The only thing he loves about you is that he can come home to you anytime he wants to. Or she can come home to you anytime she wants to. Or she can say anything to you that she wants to. Or she can come to you and get the money out your wallet anytime she wants it. Because you're there. You're making it accessible for her to not to go out and go to work. So all she got to do is come and say, I need $200. And you put it in her hand. She's gone. But, turn the tables. When you stop feeding the snake, eventually the snake gonna go away. Because you're not feeding it. You're not putting nourishment out there for it. What am I saying? You're not feeding into what they're doing. You're not feeding into what they're saying. You're not feeding into how they're treating you. You're not feeding into what they think of you. Who cares what they think of you? Because, like I said, when you put that off to the side, when you get rid of that and go forward, you see that man standing there saying, I got what you need. He's doing this. He said he'd come on. Let him go. Leave that job alone. Okay, you lost your loved one. I ain't saying forget about him. I ain't saying don't worry about him. You're going to miss him. You're going to love him. But guess what? It's time to move on. It's time to take that place in where they stood. It's time to take your place on where you stand. Okay, that job. Don't worry about what they're doing over there anymore. Because I put you in a position to where now you're running things. You got things going. Okay, that spouse is going out the picture. But guess what? God ain't going to leave you by yourself. He's going to put you in another circle of people that are willing to help, build, and work with you. Go the extra mile with you. Help you build up. Hear what you got to say. Feel where you're going. Understand your motive of actions. That He's going to put you in a circle of people that's going to say, we got you. Come on aboard. We're going to take you in. We know what's going on. Maybe you don't know what's going on, but don't worry about what the past has got behind you. Look forward to where God is taking you, because the people that are gripped in your circle today will be the people that will stand by you through and through.
Yes.
The bigger the circle, the bigger the problems. The smaller the circle, the less of the problems. Why I say that? Because you got a big circle. You got all kind of attitudes and spirits around you. And you can't keep in touch with every last one of those big people in your big circle. They might show up one way and then get behind your back and be another way. But you get the small circle. You get a small group of people. And you make sure, before you get in the circle, make sure they're on accord with where you at. And this, my friends, is where we're at. This is where we're at, right here. I'm not talking about the book, but I'm talking about what's in the book and who wrote the book. This is where we are. And if you come on board to what this says and what he has, to according to what he's given me, then you come aboard with me according to what he's got for us, then we're going to work this thing out. This thing's going to blow up big. This thing's going to take off like a rocket ship to the moon. Why I say that? Because I've seen it work before. I've seen the big circles, what they can do. I've seen the people in some of the circles that we had to cut out and push aside because they were trying to destroy what we were trying to build. Those people have been put to a side. Those people have been put to the pasture to do whatever God sees fit to do to them. I say, let it so be done. I can't step in the way. I can't tell them don't do it. I say, handle them accordingly to your will. They tried to destroy the ministry. They still, some point in time, every once in the blue moon, come around and try to bring down the ministry. But you know what? What God has built with you, can't nobody destroy it. Can't nobody defeat you. Can't nobody take it. They took that one because it wasn't meant for us. It was given to us, but we weren't supposed to stay there. We weren't supposed to stay there and continue to go through all the chaos and turmoil. And yeah, we lost a lot of money. But God said, watch what happens now. Watch what takes place now. And he told me, he said, I'm going to put people in your face, on your path, that when y'all connect, it's going to be awesome. It's going to blow up. It's going to take off. But what we have to remember, when it does that, where did it come from?
Amen. Yes.
Who gave it to us?
Yes.
Who's watching us? And who's preparing us? We got to remember God at all times. Holiday depression. Let it be a thing of a past now. Let's get past what we've lost. Let's get past what was taken from us. Let's get past who's gone on. Let's get past who left us. Let's get past what's out there that's not working with us. Let's get past what ain't meant for us to be. Let's get to the point to where God said, when you get depressed, think about and meditate on his goodness, what he's done for you in the past. Amen. Meditate on him. Meditate on his work and what he's done. When you think about what God has done for you in the past and how he brought you out of certain situations and why certain people are gone, then you start realizing that I wouldn't have been here this far if I'd have stayed with that same crowd. I wouldn't have been here this far if I'd have stayed on that job going through what I went through. Yeah, I thought I was having a good time. Yeah, I thought the pay was good. But look at where I'm at now. I'm paying people. I'm in the steps of people, my family coming to me. I found more friends, according to the word of God, that's going to come into my life, into my circle, and pull me in, or come in with me, and we're going to work together on this thing. I don't have to worry about that mama's dead and gone. She's at rest. It's my turn. I don't have to worry about what benefits they got out there on that job now. I don't have to worry about what raises they're getting. I don't have to worry about what kind of time I get off, because now I'm giving the time off. Yeah. I'm signing the paychecks. Yeah. Now I'm in control because of where God's put me. Don't worry about these things that God has moved out of your way. Yeah. Move forward. Yeah. Keep moving in the directions in which the Holy Spirit is taking you. Don't look back. Don't look to the side. Focus. put the blinders on like the horses do downtown. You see them walking around downtown, they like this. Why? Because all they focus on is what's in front of them. Because they see what's on the side of them, it might spook them. And that's what God's saying. Don't pay no attention to this stuff over here. It's going to spook you. Pay attention to me. I'm standing right here, right in your path. I'm just standing right here, arms open. Come on. Come and get what I got for you. Forget about what's gone, what's past, what's left, what's taken. Move forward to what you got, and where you're going, and who you got. Because God will replace everything that's been removed from your life. Amen. I can vouch for that. I can stand here and tell you firsthand, God will make a way when you think all doors are shut. You can't open it. You can't budge it. You can't raise a window. But God said, I've opened those windows to pour you out a blessing you don't have room to receive. And that's what he's doing. And that's what he's doing with this ministry. He's building this ministry. He's making this ministry to where he wants it to be. Yes. We have to be patient and wait on him to move. Yes. Holiday depression, let it go. Yes. Ain't nothing to be depressed about. Ain't nothing to be sad about. Pick yourself up. Grab your gear. Take God's hand. He's going to take you somewhere. He's got something for you. He's got somewhere to take you. He's got some people out there that are willing to walk and work with you. He's got some things out there that boy, whoo, I'm telling you, he is an awesome God. And all the way you can find out, I say it, and I say it over and over again. I said it the first sermon. I dare you. I dare you. Like we said back in the kid days, I double dog dare you to try God. I triple dog dare you. Give him a try. Yes. Stand still and say, here I am. What you got for me? Watch him move. Watch him work. He's opening doors, church. He's making a move. But he wants us not to be sucked in to the ways of the devil. That's depression. That's obsession. Yeah. Because when you get depressed, what's the first thing you think about? Quitting, leaving it alone. Then you're depressed, people keep coming around, guess what? You're going to get angry. When you get angry, what do? You do stupid stuff. You hurt people. You hurt yourself. You do stupid stuff. You cut yourself short. Depression has no place in a child of God's